My name is Elena Ward, and this is the story I never thought I would tell. Not everyone will understand me. Some will hate me. Some may pity me. But I owe it to myself and maybe to others like me to be honest. I was the other woman. I fell in love with a man I could never truly have. And it broke me in ways I didn't know I could break. It all began on a rainy evening in December. I was sitting in a forgotten corner of a small city cafe, sipping lukewarm coffee and sketching in my journal. That's when he walked in, Adrian Carter. Confident. Disarming. With storm-gray eyes that seemed to see right through me. Our eyes met for a moment. And that moment changed the entire course of my life. The illusion of destiny. We met again and again in unexpected places. In bookshops. At street fairs. In the quiet moments where life slows down just enough for magic to slip in. It felt like fate was drawing us together. Adrian was charming, attentive, and he made me feel alive in a way no one else ever had. His laughter was contagious, his stories captivating. Weeks turned into months. I was falling. Deeply. And then, one night, as the snow fell gently outside the cafe window, he finally told me, "There's something you need to know." My heart stopped as he said the words that would haunt me. I'm married. The rationalize. I wanted to run. I wanted to slap him. I wanted to forget him. But he was already under my skin. Already inside my heart. He told me his marriage was dead, only surviving for the sake of appearances and their 2 children. He told me he hadn't felt truly alive until he met me. He told me he loved me. And I believed him. Or maybe I chose to believe him because I needed to. I told myself it was temporary. That he would leave her. That we would have our chance. I was wrong. Living in his shadow. Our relationship became a series of stolen moments. Secret phone calls. Hidden smiles. Whispers in the dark. I became his safe place. His escape. But I was never his reality. I lived in the shadows of his life, clinging to tiny scraps of affection. Birthdays were celebrated alone. Holidays spent pretending I was okay. Vacations that were never planned because he was always too busy. He told me, "Just a little longer, Elena. Please wait for me." And I did. God, I did. The breaking point. The more I loved him, the more invisible I became. Every time he left to go home, a part of me died a little more. There were nights I stayed up crying, wondering if I would ever be enough. There were days when I hated myself for being the woman in someone else's nightmare. I dreamed of a future where he chose me, where we built a life together, where love was simple and proud and real. But deep down I knew I was not his choice. I was his escape. And there's a big difference. The first goodbye. One rainy night, after waiting 3 hours at a cafe for him to show up, I broke. I called him, voice shaking. "Where are you, Adrian?" Silence. Then excuses. Always excuses. I hung up. I sat alone, watching couples laughing together, holding hands, making promises. I realized something devastating. I wasn't living my life. I was living his lie. I walked home under the rain without an umbrella, letting the cold sink into my bones. I promised myself, never again. But promises made in pain are easily broken. The last temptation. He showed up at my door the next night, soaking wet, eyes filled with regret. "I can't lose you," he whispered, pulling me into his arms. And for a moment, I let myself believe again. I let myself dream again. But dreams built on lies always collapse. Always. The wake-up call. Weeks later, I found out he had taken his family on a vacation, a family trip he had claimed was a business conference. Photos of smiling faces. Of him holding his wife's hand. Of the family he claimed he didn't belong to anymore. It shattered me. Not because he lied, but because I had lied to myself. I wasn't his future. I wasn't even his present. I was a secret he kept in his pocket like a guilty charm. And I deserved more. The final goodbye. I met him one last time. In the same cafe where it all began. He smiled at me. That crooked smile that used to undo me. But this time I didn't smile back. I can't do this anymore, I said, voice calm but firm. I deserve someone who chooses me, fully, openly, proudly. Not someone who hides me. He reached for my hand, but I pulled away. Tears welled in his eyes. Elena, I love you. No, I said quietly. You love the escape. You don't love me. If you did, you would have chosen me long ago. And with that, I walked away. I walked away from the man I thought was my world. I walked towards something terrifying and beautiful. Freedom. The rise of Elena. The days after were brutal. Lonely. Silent. Empty. But slowly, something began to change. The silence became peace. The loneliness became strength. The emptiness became space for something new. I focused on myself. On my dreams. On rebuilding the pieces of my soul that I had given away too easily. I realized I didn't need Adrian or any man to feel complete. I was already whole. I had just forgotten. The new beginning. Months later, when I no longer expected anything from the world, I met Lucas Bennett. A kind, gentle soul. He didn't sweep me off my feet with grand gestures. He showed up every day with honesty, with respect, with love. He didn't make me feel like a secret. He made me feel like a treasure. And slowly, carefully, I let myself love again. But this time it was different. This time I was loved back. Fully. Openly. Proudly. The lesson I'll never forget. Looking back, I realize now. Adrian wasn't my punishment. He was my lesson. He taught me what love isn't. So I could recognize what love truly is when it finally came to me. Real love doesn't make you beg. Real love doesn't hide you. Real love chooses you. Every single day. Epilogue. Whispers of a new dawn. If you are reading this and you are still waiting for someone to choose you, please listen carefully. You are already enough. You don't need to be a secret. You deserve to be someone's first choice, not their backup plan. Love yourself so fiercely that you never settle for scraps again. Because the right love, the real love, will never make you feel hidden, small, or second best. It will lift you up. It will celebrate you. It will feel like coming home. And trust me, you are worth coming home to.